What's going on, guys? It's Mike. It's another video here, and today we're going to be talking about why NoApexAugust failed. It's August 11th right now, and currently on Steam, it has the most ever concurrent players on right now. So not only did NoApexAugust fail, it would have failed if the player base went down by a few percent. It failed, and more people than ever are playing Apex on Steam. A couple people still hanging on Twitter, but I think it's time to close the book. It was a massive failure, and I think I know a couple of the reasons why it was such a massive failure in every measure. This is going to sound a little bit corny, but the first reason why this movement failed initially is because of human nature. There's no guarantee that this would have led to any sort of change in the Apex community. There's a lot of bugs within Apex for sure. I'm not discounting that, but the whole movement itself lends a lot to, it inferences on the development of the game. If we strike, then Respawn will do this in response, and they'll improve the game, in this aspect. So there's no guarantee that any sort of Operation Health was going to happen in Apex. It's never happened before, and we'll talk about it later, but it doesn't really work that way either. Another reason why it failed is just a lot of gamers, including myself, have lack of commitment. How long are you willing to stick around in that movement, past August, 1st even? A lot of people were probably playing by the next day that took part in this movement, but, with the new season coming out on August 10th, it makes it very, very difficult not to hop on and try the new legend. And also, there's really no replacement games. I typically, when I make Apex content, but I don't really play anything else. Anything else doesn't really hold my attention for very long, so I just find myself continually coming back to Apex. So what are you gonna play? Are you just are you gonna read books? Are you gonna take up woodworking? Like, what are you gonna do? It's a month is a long time. 30 days is a long time to be with your thoughts. And although Apex is not that serious of a distraction, but it is a time killer for a lot of people, and it's a big part of people's lives. So if you were to just kind of go cold turkey, it will lead to a lot of boredom issues, I think, unless you're able to directly replace it with other games, which is not quite possible. Apex is the best bad game out there, for sure. The other reason why it failed is that there's a lack of clear leadership. So past the Reddit post that initially started the buzz around NoApexAugust, no big name really attached themselves to this movement, and that makes a lot of sense, because why would you, as a large content creator? Because first of all, you're staking your brand and your reputation on something that may not work out, something that was fairly doomed from the get-go, and also you're expected to sacrifice a 12th of your potential income on something that's, again, not going to work out. If somebody like Nicewig or Hal, if one of those guys with that kind of sway popped on this movement and really got people riled up, things might have gathered some steam, but it comes down to personal brand, income. It makes no sense for a creator of any. I didn't really see any creators hopping on this movement and attaching themselves. Because, again, why would you? Final reason of, there could be more reasons, but the final reason I have here is there's a kind of a lack of understanding of game development. I'm not going to sit here and talk like a game dev, but, from what I've read, it's not quite possible to one day just shut the game down, do an Operation Health. Hey, we'll just move these people and they'll do this job. You can't move the skins team or the maps team to bug finding or bug solving, right? So it's not directly transferable sometimes, resources. People think that, we'll shut down the game, we'll shut down content, we'll just move content people over. If you ask a storyteller who may or may not have programming experience to do the job of a bug finder, it's not going to work out. It's just not possible. And also the seasons and the content are planned well in advance, and the next map is already in play. So if they were to shut that down, that would really delay things. And another reason is I'm not exactly sure what people were asking for, right? So they're going to miss and voluntarily sit out of a month of season 14 content, which has been fairly good. It's been very well above average, but you're sitting out a month of that, so you have 2 months remaining of that content. You'll probably hop on, you'll probably get on Apex whatever. But then, in season 15, they're supposed to shut down the game, make no content, and then do an Operation Health. To me, that doesn't really make sense, because the same people who are asking for this tune-up in Operation Health are going to be the same people that are screaming that content has slowed down and the game's boring. Really, the only solution that NoApexAugust could have brought on was the onboarding of more developers on the bug side of things, right? If there's more game developers, like actual people impacting the game, then things could change a little bit. But, again, there's not really enough understanding of what's going on in game development for NoApexAugust to make sense. If Apex shut down for a month and just focused on structuring the game, my god, it would be a boring season. It would be horrible. A lot of people would complain, and I would probably be included. So, people are asking for NoApexAugust, and then for such a movement, but it doesn't really make sense in the long run. If you stuck around this far, thank you so much. Whether you listen to the podcast version of this, or the YouTube video, or the TikTok, thank you so much for checking my video out, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next video.